Hi there, welcome. Get my camera straight. Welcome, happy Sunday, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I'm running around last minute because making plans for Lila's friend to come over for game night tonight. We have game night every night now, which means I don't get much done, but that's okay. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. I moved my computer to this side, so now I'm all out of whack. I know, it's gonna mess me up.
Where's my computer?
Yeah, whatever. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Okay, so today, playtime. Kind of like last Sunday, but not as long, I'm hoping. I had a few fun products that I really wanted to use that are new. I'll be using a few old things, but most of the things are new. However, there will be a lot of aspects that you could do with other products too. So I just wanted to let you know that up front. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do playful and interactive-y. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. So today I am using Hero Arts. So here's the thing. I am trying in this new year to be a little more on the ball. It's not working so far, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. And use more companies. And hi, Diana. Some companies that I love that I don't get to use as much, I'm hoping to do better with those. And one of those companies, I have like 3 on that list, and one of them is Hero Arts. So I am here today to use Hero Arts. Welcome. Hero Arts has made some changes. As you know, last year they were bought out into like the Spellbinders umbrella, I guess you would say. So kind of like Gap and Old Navy. Gap is like the main, Old Navy's kind of under it. Hero Arts is that way. So Hero Arts, hi Kim. Hero Arts and Spellbinders have their own websites, but they deliver or they ship from the same place and they're run by the same place. So, okay. Hold on, sorry, that was from Lila. So I'm using Hero Arts today and I have a special discount code for you. And it works on a few things that I wanted to talk about. I also wanted to let you know Spellbinders is having a big sale. Last Sunday I used Spellbinders and they're having, and I had a free gift last Sunday, but they're also having a big sale now. So if there was anything from Spellbinders that you were interested in that you didn't get last week, there is a great deal right now. So first of all, let's do the Hero Arts. Mike, can you show the Hero Arts deal that I have today? This is a good one. So it's $10 a purchase of $75 or more. You just have to use my code at checkout and the $10 will come out, okay, or off the total. So $10 off a $75 purchase or more, and that is through the 20th. And I'm using Hero Arts today. Some things to keep in mind. This includes some of the Spellbinders products that they have there. I think it does. It says it doesn't say it. Yeah. So they sell some Spellbinders things. Like they sell the Spellbinders Letterpress. They sell the Spellbinders cardstock. So you could get some cardstock and save with this code. So you can get some of the Spellbinders things on the Hero Arts website, and that's included in this deal. Hero Arts also just announced their Stampalong, and the good news is this does work. This $10 off your purchase does work on the Stampalong, which is awesome. She texted me and she said, and it can be used on the Stampalong. Mike, can you put up the Stampalong image?
I don't think you gave me one of those.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, you can come back here. So this Stampalong here, I'll send you an image, Mike.
No, I got it. All I had it. I just got it.
Okay, well, I've got a good one here. I'll text it to you right now. So Stampalong is an event. It happens in, let's see, when is it? It happens in, you think I'd know because I'm one of the teachers. It happens in March 7th. It's a Saturday. And you have 2 options for signing up. One is you can just sign up to take the class, which is a great price, right? Because you get to use products that you have on hand, learn the techniques, use the stuff you have. So it is a great price point. And there are 6 teachers. we have Carissa, Wiley, Shannon, Kelly, Mindy, Dana, and I. And it's a whole day of classes. And Hero Arts classes feel like your favorite, or Hero Arts Stampalongs feel like your favorite pair of slippers. They're like comfortable and easygoing and calm. It's like you're crafting with friends at home. And so you can sign up for the virtual class, or you can sign up with the virtual class and the product bundle. And the product bundle gets you everything that we're teaching with. So you have those options. The product bundle is fantastic. There are images on the site. I have links for it in the description below. So you have the two options, the same page, you just click the button whether you want virtual class and bundle or virtual class only. And you can save with my discount code today, which I think is awesome. All right, you can come back here, Mike. Also, so that's Hero Arts. So the Stampalong will be fun. The products are great. I just always enjoy those. I know many of you here have done Stampalong before, and feel free to put in the comments your thoughts on it. It's just a really chill environment, and it's a good way to get to know people. All right, so that's Hero Arts. That's what I'm using today. But I did want to give you a heads up that Hero Arts, no, this is a sweater, but my pajama pants are here still. Spellbinders also happens to have a good sale right now. And I just wanted to mention that, Mike. Oh, and by the way, that Stampalong, you can join at any time. You can watch the replay anytime you want. Also, this is Spellbinders. Spellbinders is having 20% off $125 or more. So if you want to stock up on cardstock or get a Spellbinders tool like the Letterpress or anything that I used last week, it's a good time to do that. And I think today they have double points, yes. Which is another nice perk. You can come back here, Mike. All of that information is at the top of the YouTube description below. The Stampalong is live. So they're live classes that you create along with the teachers, or you can just watch and go back and create along the replay. So you can always watch it later. Now, Mike is starting to work on something new on my website where each live has its own page so that you can easily find things until I do a post with the images. It's a work in progress. We're getting there, okay? He's waiting on things for me to figure out. Karen, I have foiling playlists on my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you look at the top of my YouTube description, there is a link with the word live in it. If you click that and open it up to a new page, at the top will be all the information about the deals that are going on. Then below that will be thumbnails of all the products I'm using. I try to put links in my YouTube description below to everything I talk about and what I'm using, but it's really hard to find things there. So if you go to that other page and look at the thumbnails, it makes it so much better. We're all visual people, we're crafters, so I'm hoping you'll go to that page. Now here is the thing, if I ask Mike to add something to the supply list, you'll just have to refresh that page and it'll be added. Every once in a while, just refresh that page. The Stampalong, I don't know that it goes away at any certain point. Maybe somebody from Hero Arts will be here to answer that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm glad you're here. Is here from Hero Arts, okay. So I don't know. Is Kelly here from Hero Arts? It just shows up as Hero. So. Okay. Whoever's here from Hero Arts, I'm guessing it's Kelly. Kelly, can you let us know how long they have that replay? I don't know of them going away, so who knows? Okay, good, good. Okay, so again, I'm using Hero Arts today. You can get $10 off, $75 or more. The information's at the top of the YouTube description. That includes the Stampalong. You can save on the Stampalong, which you can do virtual or virtual and the products. So 2 price points, lower, and one that includes the products, that's higher. That's at the top of the YouTube description also. And then what's really helpful is right at the top of my YouTube description is a link with the word live in it. Click that, open it up to a new page, and everything will be there for you for today's live. All right. Okay. So I think I'll first show you a bunch of products that I plan to use today. I think I'm going to show you 3 different collections from Hero Arts. There are 3 brand new collections. I like to do this when there's new stuff because sometimes companies come out with new things and it's kind of hard to tell how it all goes together. So I can show you and you can determine if it's something that's of interest to you. I understand not everybody's shopping. I think it's fun and inspiring to see what companies come out with. So I'm hoping this is helpful to you. I think the Stampalong replays are available for at least a year. Yeah, they don't go away anytime soon. Hi, Kelly. So I feel like it's helpful to see the things these companies are coming out with, even if you're not shopping, because we really want this industry to grow and keep being creative so that we have fun things to play with or be inspired by. So I'm first going to show 3 collections, and then I'm going to play with 2 of those collections. But the nice thing is the kind folks at Hero Arts, Kelly is here, Kelly gave me some images of some card examples for the collections. So even if I'm not playing with it, you'll see those card examples. And also some of the things I am playing with, you'll see other versions. One of the things I really want to say about Hero Arts is, I started to say this earlier and I got off track. Since like this change has come over with them being with Spellbinders, and they have a new design team lead, not design team, like design lead, like for the actual design of products. I'm blown away with how creative products have been. If you watch my live in the fall, I did a Nutcracker card, which I'll show you later. Things like that that are really unique. I'm finding Spellbinders, Hero Arts is doing a lot of those. You see them from Spellbinders too. The 2 companies work well together, they work together, but there's something really special about what Hero Arts has been doing lately. And you're gonna see that with these 3 collections, and that's really why I wanna show them to you. Okay, so let me Mike, my Stream Deck is not working.
No, it does.
I can't switch to overhead.
Oh, it doesn't.
There's nothing there. Can you switch me to overhead?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's the Stream Deck's not hooked up. Okay, so let me show you the first bundle. I'm not using this one today, but I think it is fantastic. Mike, you're gonna have to get ready. Oh, yay, Mike has it working. Okay, the first bundle is called, or the first collection, you can get these all separately, is called You're All That. I believe that's what it's called. You're All That. And this is really, really clever. Yeah. Where is it? I'm trying to find it in here. Yeah, All That collection. But there are different products that you can use in different ways with it. So this has here the Snack Attack die set. Then there are the stencils, the snack layering stencils, and then the Chip Chip Hooray stamps. And these allow you to create bags of chips. So you can do bags of chips that say, you're all that in a bag of chips, or some nachos and do nacho average friend chip, or do nacho average friend and mask off the chip part, or stay salty my friend, or Chip Chip Hooray. And then you have the stencils and then dies. So really these all go together. I think this was part of an SCT event a while back, but now they have released it to the products. Aaron does consulting, I believe, but he is moved on to other things. Yes, so we did fries the other day. We like all forms of potatoes, so now we have chips. Now, I don't plan to use this today, but I have some great examples. Mike, can you show some of the chip and nacho examples?
Yep.
You can pull up any of them that you want. All right, so there's one. Again, these cards here, I did not make these. These are from the Hero Arts website, from their design team. So this one is done with the stencils and the stamp set. So you're all that in a bag of chips, and you can see how realistic that looks. Isn't that fun? All right, yeah, there are 3 different types of chips on here. So you got potato chips, roughly potato chips, and nachos. All right, next one. Hi, May. Then this one, I like the design because they have like the bags of chips coming in from the edge, and it says, you're all that in a bag of chips. Next one. There we have the Stay Salty, My Friend. Again, you use the die and the stencils together and then the stamp set on top. Isn't that fun? Yeah, the chips do look real. There's a couple more there, so you can see the variety that you can get. And then I love this, Not Your Average Friendship. I would do Not Your Average Friend. I think that would be fun. And then you've got all those little nachos. You could make a shaker window with this. You could have like turn the bag into like a pocket that a gift card comes out of. It's the perfect size for that. There's another nacho version. That one's good. I love that blue background. That blue background is probably Spellbinders Cosmic Sky Blue. And is that the last one, Mike?
One more.
There we go. Another nacho one. Isn't that fun? So yes, I'll show you the dies here. Let me come back to this. Okay, so see the dies, so you can get the ripply chips, the nacho chips, and the regular chips. Shaker card would be so much fun. You would just die cut this as a window and put your chips going around inside and put a label across it. I did a shaker window, or shaker card video on my last Concord and 9th Live, where I did a bottle with a label on it that had things shaking. You would just follow the same steps, but with this. Yeah, you could do friendship with chocolate chip cookies too, for sure. You could turn that into a chocolate chip cookie. And you could do chip, chip, hooray. And so you can see, you can die cut the chips and then put the additional kind of texture to it using the ink. So you can see how you make it look cheesy with the stencils or the ripples on the chips. So this is just a fun, unique collection. I've mentioned that I'm trying to do more things that are non-flowers, unique things. A lot of people ask for that, and so this is a great example of a collection. Now there are a few other products here that I want to show, and then I'll get into the two that that I'm going to use. So this one is called Yes You Can. So the stencils allow you to, I don't think I gave Mike any examples of this, but the stencils do like this Yes You Can effect, where the letters are in the center, but they look like they're kind of coming up, like dimensional. And then there are dies that work with it. Then there is a stamp set with really encouraging sentiments that you will be okay, you're like the best thing ever, what if it all goes all right, what's the best that could happen, keep moving forward. Some of these would work really well with the products I'm going to use later, so keep that in mind. And then, of course, there is a coordinating die set. Yeah, the chips do look real. In those examples, you can really see it. Okay, so those are, and then this one is something that will work, I believe. This is called the Wavy Lines die, and that could work with the products I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Okay, all right, let me show you this one. I'm going to be using this collection later in this video, but I'm going to just show it to you now. This is the I think it's called Wild Ride. So there's the Wild Ride stamp set, and then there are the dies. I'll be doing an interactive card with this. So it has like these, it could either be like a alpine slide kind of thing or a roller coaster. And the die allows you to make it interactive. So you can have it slide across it, which I'm going to show you how to do later. It's super easy. And then fun sentiments that go with this. I've been saying to my friends that 2025 was like a roller coaster. It just was crazy. And I felt like this really captured that. So life is a roller coaster. You could do enjoy the ride or hang on. I'll be here through ups and downs. Be brave, you're fearless, follow your own path. Lots of different things that you can do with that. But I will be using this for at least one card later on. Is she good with it?
She's staying in her pajamas, she said.
We'll tell Kina to wear hers. Okay, so that is the Wild Ride, which I'll be using later. So I'll show you how to use that. But first, the collection that really won me over. So you could see how that was really different too, right?
You want me to put that up?
Casey, that depends on the companies. Companies have what's called an angel policy. And did he bring, Oh, here it is. Companies, I have LaCroix, it's not a beer. Companies have what's called an angel policy, and you have to contact each company to find out what their policy is. So every company is different. Okay, now, I just love that roller coaster. So we'll be using that soon. Can you scroll it? Okay, now if you saw in the fall, I made these Nutcracker cards. It was a live I did with Christina Werner. This used to have a gift card in here, but I took it out. This has a little sentiment inside, and then this one has another sentiment inside. Now, I had so much fun doing these interactive cards. I put a link to that video at the top of my supply list if you want to check it out. When I was doing these cards, I was talking about how it would be fun to be able to do other things with those dies. Well, Hero Arts has come out with some more things. So do know they still have these Nutcracker dies. I'm not doing the Nutcrackers today. It's the same mechanism inside. So I'm going to be showing you that as we go, okay? But this is kind of where this kind of mechanism started, was with these Nutcracker cards a while ago. Good. So if you bought the Nutcracker mechanism on the inside, you'll have some add-on options today. So let me show you what they are. It's kind of hard to understand until we get going. Okay, so this is the Nutcracker. This was the, it's called the Big Mouth Slider dies. This is actually the mechanism that works in here. So if you bought the stuff to make these Nutcracker cards, you have this mechanism. If you didn't buy this stuff, you can get this mechanism right here. It's on my supply list. It's the Big Mouth Slider dies. Now these have some new products that work with it, okay? So this is the Big Mouth Slider dies, and they have this new set. This is called the Big Mouth Sardine dies, okay? Now this allows you to, hold on, I'm just looking. Yeah, this allows you to change how you use this mechanism. So you use these 3 dies with this mechanism, and you can have a window that opens. Now, it is this like sardine theme, like a sardine can. However, I'm going to show you that it doesn't have to be that theme. You can use these mechanisms with a lot of different products, a lot, okay? So I love flowers too, Sue, but it's fun to have some other things. So you can make these cute sardine cards that open and close and reveal the inside. However, it doesn't have to be sardine. So I'm going to show you more of the products. They all kind of go along with this fish theme. And then we're going to show you some examples, and then I'm going to play with it. And I'm doing a non-sardine themed card, kind of. Okay, so to go along with it is this stamp set called Well Preserved. This stamp set I'll be using. I like the sentiment set that say officially old. I love a pun. So does Mike. Birthday fishes. If you want to do the sardine, you could do partin night tonight, like tonight, but tin. You're so well preserved if you do the sardines. But if you don't want to do that, there are these step outs here, these different images you build together, and you can have a mermaid. You can have a mermaid with a drink in her hand or a party hat on. You could do a fish with a party hat on. There's balloons, some playful things that go with it, and coordinating dies. The cool thing is there's this image here that's like a corner, and you could stamp it twice, die cut it twice, and then have it, this is the die set for it. Then you can create a frame with the two corners. And do know that there are dies that cut out all of these sentiments here. So that's one set. That is the Well Preserved. Then another set they have is called Partners in Brine. So we're tin this together if you want to do the sardines. There's the fish. There's a little, you can use this mermaid, so you could use those separate on other things. There are little waves. There's this little corner here that has some hearts on it, and there's dies for all of that. Packed with love. Some fun images there. And dies. I'm not using this set today, but do know it's part of the collection. I just want to show that all to you. There is also a border die set that has some waves. I'm not using that today, but that could be used in conjunction. Finally, there is a Better Press set. And this one is called, it's the Better Press set, We're Tight. And there are these decorative images, which I think I'm going to demo this so you can see how you can use these decorative images without the other images. So you could even use these products to make like a floral card. Something you could even do elegant, believe it or not. But this also does have fish in it, and it has Always Better Together, So Glad, We're Tight, and You're Quite the Catch. But I will show more about that. The nice thing about these is they fit inside of the interactive window. Now let me show you some of the examples, and then I'm going to start creating and doing a non-sardine card, but also use fish stuff. We're going to see. Mike, can you show us some of the, fish example things?
Yeah. Let's see. Mermaid. Oh.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
No.
No, that's good. Go. Okay.
There you go. All
right. So the card there, you can see it's closed on the bottom, open at the top. That uses those big mouth slider dies. And you can see how you slide the lid open and you can see the sardines inside. Really cute card. The press plates create that image that's on the top of the tin. But notice you could skip the sentiments in the fish and just have that decorative edge, which I think is really pretty. But that is the big mouth mechanism. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, next up. Okay, this uses the press plates without the mechanism. So you can see how you can use these products together or separately. Got another one?
Back to that, well, it's this one.
There we go. And look at this one. This is the one, this uses that stamp set Well Preserved. I love that Little Mermaid. Birthday fishes to, what does it say? To my nearest and dearest. And you can use the different stamps, so you can stamp each of those images in different colors to build that mermaid. Yeah, Mike, can you go back to the tin, the sardine one?
Yeah.
Are those the only images I gave you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there is a tab. You see the little like pull tab, how you would open a sardine can? I'm going to show you how it works, but you pull that. But I'm going to modify it today and do something different because you know me. If I'm going to have an interactive die set, I want more than one use for it. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to at least try. We'll see. Okay. All right. We can come back here, Mike. So let me first show you how this big mouth slider dies, how that mechanism works, and how it works with the new, what do they call this, sardine? Big mouth sardine dies. So this is the big mouth slider dies. I should have labeled these so you could see them better. These are the big mouth slider dies. That if you got the stuff to make these nutcrackers, you already have that. Now there is this add-on called the sardine slider dies. But really you don't have to use the fish. You could just use these 3 dies in it along with this to get a cool window interactive set, which I'm going to demonstrate. So I did a bunch of prep for you. I did some prep. And I even came up with my own, like, whenever I get a new interactive set, I like to make like play with the product a little bit to get it, to make sure I know how it works and think about other ways to use it. And I keep this with the product. So I created one of these earlier today. All right, so the first is we're going to use the big mouth slider dies to create the mechanism inside of our card. So you can see our card would look like this, okay? And you pull there, but there's this whole mechanism on the inside. It's really easy, but I want to show you how to do it. So I'm using that big die from the big mouth slider die set. And I'm going to take 4 of these. I just die cut them from cardstock. This could be scrap cardstock, any mess up cardstock, because it will not be seen. My nails are the press on nails, and I have them linked in my supply list. All right, so I am stacking 4 of these on top of each other. I just find 3 or 4 works really well, and that's what I'm going to go with. So, yeah, I'm going to be making a fish birthday card, but it's not sardines. It's just fish. But you will see as we go how if you don't want fish or sardines, you can change this up very easily to other types of products. You know, like incorporate other things with it. Because that's what a good interactive die set is, right? One that allows you to use other things with it. And that's why when I saw this, I was like, oh, I like the sardine thing, but what else can be done with it? And it turns out a lot. Turns out quite a bit. That's why I was excited to use it. Now, you can buy, if you don't have the big mouth slider, you can buy that. If you don't have this, you can buy that, or you can buy it as a bundle. I have that all linked below, and remember, you can use my discount code to save. And if you're not shopping, I get it. I totally get it. I was watching a YouTube video on puzzles the other day, and I'm like, I'm not buying anymore. I can't, but I still love watching it because I find when I have a lot of puzzles, but when I see new ones, even if I'm not buying them, it makes me happy because I know there's more out there. No, these are stickers. Well, they're like fake nails with a sticker on the back side. So there's no like liquid glue. So when you take it off, it's just like peeling a sticker off. It does not damage your nails at all. I try to avoid chemicals as much as possible. So I don't like using the liquid glue, and also the liquid glue could definitely damage my nail. I'm lazy. Anyway, it's super fast. You can put them on in a couple minutes. Okay, so I have stacked 4 of these together. Now I'm going to do a mock-up first, okay? Just so you can kind of see how it works, and then we'll put another one together. I'm just going to grab some scraps of cardstock bright color so you can easily see the different parts. Now this is 4 of the big mouth slider dies glued together. This right here is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Nobody's going to see this color either. But what I'll do is put glue on the back of these stacked die cuts here. I recommend liquid glue just so you get good coverage and you don't want your interactive card to fall apart. So I'll put this down. Kind of make sure that it stays in that 4 1/4 by 5.5 window. So see how it fits right up against it, the sides. See that? And you want to make sure that you don't like squeeze these sides in because this needs to be able to move in here. Yep, that's good. Okay, so there you go. So there's the big mouth slider die. Now, the big mouth slider die comes with this die and this die that I'm not going to use today. Those help you with doing the Nutcracker card or doing other types of card. You can change it up. But today I'm using just this piece from the big mouth slider die set and then these pieces from the big mouth sardine die set. Hoping that makes sense. Okay. So that part is done. Let me think here. What do I want to show you next? Now, okay, let's just go with this. Okay, so this die right here creates this funny looking thing and like this little, it embosses a little circle right there at the top. It's right here. I'm going to color it in just so you can see it. And I'm hoping that by showing you this at the beginning, you might be able to find other ways to use these products and, you know, it might inspire you for more. So I think it's good to see the base. So it makes this little impressed hole here, which you don't have to use. I'm going to show you another way, another way to do that. And what it'll do is it'll slide here. Okay. It slides back and forth there, but we need to create the top, like this piece that hides all the mechanisms, right? So I need to create this piece. This is really cool what they did. This is brilliant. Let me get another piece of cardstock. We'll go with pink. I'm just grabbing scraps here. Okay. If you get the Sardine Big Mouth die set, it comes with this transparency. Okay. It says on it, Sardine Tin Placement Guide. This just is really helpful in making sure you cut a window smack dab in the center of this piece. I love it. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm going to put tape on here so it's taped to my desk. There are a few different ways to do this, but I feel like this is the best. Now, it has this guide has the black outline that you line up with the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch edge. And I'm going to tape that to my desk up here, just at the top so I can hinge it. Okay, so I just lined up the black outline on the guide with my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece. That pink cardstock will be the front of my card. Now, there is this right here. Oh yeah, Honeybee had some fish stuff a while back. You could use that with this too. But I will show you that this mechanism, this interactive card, yes, same? Yes. This interactive thing can be used with other products. And yes, you can put a gift card on the inside, which remind me to show you that, okay? It does fit in there. Okay, so now I've got that over here. Now I'm gonna take the window die that's in the Sardine Big Mouth set. I'm gonna put some tape on the edges and we're gonna slide it under here so that it lines up with the same shape black line on the guide. Hold on, my head's gonna get in the way. But see how I'm moving, doing it here? You could also, like die cut a guide, but I think that way. You just get it just right. There we go. So see now, it lines up with the black line. All right? So now I'm certain that this is at the center of this piece. You could also eyeball it. I eyeballed it on this one. But I'm gonna keep this guide so I can make this over and over again. And apparently if you lose one of the guides, you can print it on typing paper and use that as a guide from the website. All right, so let me go ahead and die cut this. I've got dirty plates. All right. It's not hard. That's about it for this card. Really, you could have eyeballed that or measured it, but that guide's helpful, isn't it? What cardstock am I using? Oh, I'm using Spellbinder's cardstock, which is, I think, 100 pound maybe. So really, any heavyweight cardstock is fine. If you think your cardstock's too thin, you could double it up. Just interactive cards always work better with heavier weight cardstock. My bracelets are not permanent in that they have clasp. I just never, ever, ever take them off. Okay, next. Now, this piece does not get glued down. Mike, am I doing something wrong because none of the links are working when I click on it? Okay. This part will not be glued. It's just gonna lay in here. It's just gonna lay right there, okay? But all I have to do is glue this on top. Now, normally I would do liquid adhesive to do that, but I'm gonna wanna play around on the inside, so I'm gonna use just some tape runner. So I just have Altenew tape runner here. I'm putting Altenew or any kind of tape runner just on the top of these walls, the big mouth mechanism. Again, I would do liquid adhesive normally, but I want to be able to open and close this. Okay, now we lay this in here, okay? Then I just take this and put it right on top. I didn't really line it up great, but you get the idea. Okay, so there, let me try, hang on, count my grays. Okay, it's goodish. Good enough-ish. Okay.
Yeah, links.
You said the links are working?
Yeah. I wonder if it's one of those weird link delete.
I'm not sure. Some people are saying the links are working. The great electronic die cut machine I use should be on the supply list. It's the Empress. Yeah. Okay, so in this die set is also this pull tab. So if you wanted to, you can put glue right on that little circle that the piece here impresses or embosses, and line it up with the circle on the pull tab. So I got to give that a moment to dry, but basically you'll pull this tab and it'll open up, but I want to give that a moment to dry. So you could decorate however you want around here. You could decorate however you want on here, And then you can decorate however you want in here. So this is all it is. Okay, so there's a little tab here, and that goes along with that sardine tin can. But if you don't want to do a tab here, I'm going to see if I can come up with a way to do a tab out here that sticks out here that you pull. But you could also use anything as a little tab here and have it open up. You know, you make it a little window of any kind. And yes, this right here is a gift card. When you put your card together, you could have that in there and watch. I would use some tape runner to glue that there, glue dots to glue that there. And then when you open it up, you can see, oop, I got it. I don't have mine glued down with liquid glue, so it's not wanting to stick real well, but you can have the gift card in there, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you a few things, modifications that I've made that I found very helpful. Okay, so that's one thing you can do there. I did find something that helped me. I don't know if it is necessary, but it helped me. I could use foam tape for this, but I'm not sure if my foam tape is this thickness. Yeah, I think mine's thinner. So what I'm going to do instead, so I'm going to just cut some strips here. I'll cut these strips to be, let's a 1/2 inch work. Yeah, I'm going to cut some 1/2 inch strips just with my trimmer. This is, you don't have to do this, but I found that possibly it just helps with the sliding. So I'm just going to give it a try. So I have these 1/2 inch strips. Putting on my glasses here. All right, so I've got these 1/2 inch strips, and I will glue these together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the walls of our mechanism were 4 thick, so I'm doing 4 thick here, okay? And I don't need them to be that long, so I'll cut them smaller. Again, this I don't think you need to do. But I did it, and I don't know, I think it might help. Because this base that they have here, this thing, is designed so that they can make lots of these different product ideas to go with it. So I'm going to put, again, I'm just going to use glue tape for now. And I put this right here. So it lines up, that edge right here lines up, okay? I find that it kind of guides the, that a little bit better. But I don't think you have to do it. So now I would put glue on the top of that. So everything white here has glue facing up towards the camera. And let me just put this all back together. So see, it kind of guides it here. But really when you put strong adhesive, it will work great. Okay, so see how it just slides really nice. Isn't that fun? That's it. So that's it. You can, oh, and then there is this decorative, a die that creates a frame that you can put around it. So if you're doing the sardine tin, you can make that silver. However, I mean, it's really quite easy. And you can put inside, you can stamp whatever you want here or put a gift card in here. In the card example, which I'll show in a moment, but Mike just stepped away, they put some of these fish inside. But I plan, what I'm going to do, is make it a fish card, but not a sardine card. It's going to be fish. It's going to say officially old because I love that. And then I'll have a gift card in here. And I actually think I'm going to do this. Ken's birthday is coming up, and he loves the local fish market. We get fish there a lot for dinner. And I'm thinking I'm going to get a gift card for that and put it in here for a birthday. But you could put whatever gift card you want on the inside. But I thought that would work really well for this. But I don't have it, so I just have this generic card here. Okay, So now I have this mechanism that I can open up and look inside whenever I want to make this cardigan. Okay, now I have prepped, but I haven't made the card. I haven't tried it. Bass Pro Shop, that's smart. I haven't tried it. So this is one of those lives where Jennifer is kind of winging it, but you guys can help me problem solve if problems arise. So I have this here as my guide, and I will keep this with my die sets. Am I correct that you may be doing more craft room organization videos? I've been wanting to do that since March, and I just haven't been able. I will at some point, I promise. Someday. It's just someday. Yes, I would like to someday. I promise. It's a big project, a really big project. Real quick. So now let me just show you this. Mike's back. So see how this opens like a sardine can, but it could be other things, right? Let me show you. Can you show the sardine card, Mike?
Yeah.
So see that now you can see how the mechanism moves, right? Okay. All right. So we're gonna wing this. I'm hoping you're all okay with that. I did this last Sunday, and I think we had fun. I had fun. I'm hoping you all did too. Okay, so I'm using a much older die here. This is an oldie. And I've used this one many times because it's great for waves, a wave background, like ocean or whatever. But also, these little guys right here, hold one up here. I don't know that you can tell. These little die cuts here look like little birds that you can put in the distance in the sky. So if you do a scene, oh, he's flying upside down here. You can use these as little birds flying in the sky. So I've used this die many times. Old one. It is called the Sea and Wave, or Wave and Sea Confetti die. Wave and Sea Confetti die. And these little pieces you could save to put in a shaker. Now this piece, there's one purpose for this, and that is just to add some interest to the back of our card. All right, this is Spellbinders Waterfall cardstock. I'm using all Spellbinders cardstock today because you can get it at Hero Arts too, and that can go towards your yeah, mustache. That's cute, Pam. I like that. You can use your discount code for Spellbinders cardstock. It is one of my favorite cardstocks. It's a good one, so I highly recommend it. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. I think that's going to be my background. That might be too dark. Maybe I do light waves. That might be better. Let me think. I think I just changed my mind. I always change my mind. I'm going to change my mind. I want lighter. I want a lighter background. So this is it's a summer sky wind something. Seaside waterfall teal topaz. I first was going to use waterfall, but I think I'm switching it to cutting from the seaside, and I'll put a piece of waterfall behind it. I was going to do, where'd it go? I tell you, everything runs away. Okay, I was going to do teal topaz behind waterfall. Whoop, put upside down. But I thought that was a little too loud. Sorry, I'm trying to get all these out. But I felt like that was a little too bold. So I think I'm going to do this instead. Yeah, no, I don't like that either. I could do this. How about that? I like that. Tone on tone. That's what I'm going to do. So this is waterfall. Both pieces are waterfall from Spellbinders, and I use the Hero Arts Wave and Sea Confetti die. Yeah, I like the tone on tone. Isn't that pretty? If you want, by the way, if you want another color in this collection here, like in between waterfall and teal topaz, I think Gina K Turquoise Sea works really well. Yeah, it's mixed companies for sure. Gina's got incredible cardstock. Hers is nice and thick too and matches her inks. Okay, so I have this. This is going to be in place of the pink. My card's going to be vertical. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is too bold, but I'm going to have a bunch of stuff going on the inside, and I think it will be too distracting. I want the focus on the center of it. So I want the outside to be simple, but just a little interest to it. Okay, so now I've got my guide that comes with, I like the tone too. I have the guide that comes with my Sardine Big Mouth die set. Let's first cut it from this is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel. I'll line up the outside. Clearly I didn't cut it perfectly. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We'll hope it works anyways. Create a little hinge at the top with more tape. Okay, so this just, I think that's good enough. Good enough, I hope. Flip that up. Now, I take this die, put some tape on it. My head's gonna get in the way. I'm sure Spellbinders has a place where they show the colors of examples, like little examples of all their colors. So you can like make your swatches. I'm a big fan of cardstock swatch rings. I'm pretty anal about this here. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so I use this to line up this in the center, and we're gonna hope for the best. I'll run that through my die cut machine. Now, I could do the exact same thing on the front of this to cut the same hole in the same spot on the front of this, but I'm gonna try something else. We're gonna see if it works. Okay. Let me take the tape off this. I love Easy C tape because it doesn't tear your cardstock. It never tears it. I've never had it tear. Sometimes it'll leave a little residue, but you can erase it away. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that, put it underneath this, line up the sides. I'll even tape that there and tape that there. And now I'll take this and pop it in to the opening. So it just pops in there. And now run it through again. I could have just used that clear transparency thing again, but oops. But I'm being lazy. But that transparency guide is really handy. It's kind of like the registration guides for the Letterpress, which I might be able to show you in a bit. I think it shifted. Yeah, it shifted. Darn it. It shifted, but you know what? I think I might make a change to it anyway. I didn't think about that. So there we go. That's good enough. But I am actually going to make a change to it anyways, I think. Yeah, I'll show you. Let's just go with it. If it's not perfect, it's okay. It's my practice pancake. I made pancakes for Lila this morning, and there was a practice pancake. Yeah, so the Easy C tape does not tear. That's what I like about it. However, any other tape I've ever tried, most of them tear for me. The Easy C tape doesn't tear. If you get a little residue from it, all you need to do is use an eraser. An adhesive eraser is awesome. Pink and Maine has a good one. And that will just remove the residue. I'd rather have a little residue I can erase than torn paper. That's just my opinion. All right, so I'm going to line up the window on this. I actually will be trimming this down a little bit, and you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so now I could, so that would be, and I'm making my card vertical, so it would work like this. But I'm going to do a pull tab at the bottom instead, just so you know the direction we're headed, okay? Okay, do you guys get the practice pancake too? I get practice pancakes every time. All right, now, I would like to make this card a little shorter. The reason I want to make it a little shorter is I want to be able to have a tab that sticks out down here that you pull. But I still want it to fit in my envelope. Okay? Yes, the rubber cement. I used to love rubber cement when I was a kid. I still use it. It's great for masking. Okay, so I'm going to cut this shorter. Just bear with me. You don't have to do this, but I think this will really help my overall card. Maybe it won't, but we'll see. Okay, so let me cut some off the top here. Let's cut it to be 5. Let me see. Yeah, I'll cut a little more off the top and the bottom. I could, you know what I could have done? I should have just left it big, put a tab hanging out the top or the bottom, and put it in a bigger envelope. And that would save you all a lot of heartache. I'm doing it. Sorry, got to start over. It's okay. It'll be worth it, I promise. After I'm done, I'll explain what I was thinking of doing. But I think it's just, it'll make it too complicated when I'm trying to change up a card design as is. So erase. Yes, this is the best trimmer. I think this is the best trimmer. I also love Tim Holtz rotary trimmer. I have that off to the side. It just doesn't fit well on my camera. All right, let me cut the background. Okay, so I have 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 here again. Start over. Yeah, the sardine, you're gonna see, doesn't have to be that kind of theme. I am happening to do a fish, but you could change up what I'm doing to be anything. If you're interested in Spellbinders cardstock and want to know more about their colors, they have a sample pack. Be careful also, sorry, this is loud. Be careful also when you are ordering cardstock from Spellbinders. They have 12 by 12 and 8 1/2 by 11, which if you want 12 by 12, that's fine. And this is just faster to go the other way. If you want 12 by 12, that's fine. But most of us as card makers use 8 1/2 by 11. So just make sure you get that right. What about punching a tab? Yeah, that's what I think I might do. We'll see. We're going to go with it. I told you we're going to wing it here because I didn't practice this. Mike, are there any questions? Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I enjoy this smaller trimmer from Tim Holtz than the bigger guillotine. Christina likes the bigger one. Everybody has personal preference. I find this one just so easy to use. So easy to just pull on your desk, and most of the things I want to cut will cut in that. Okay, so there we go. Starting again. All right. Now, I think I will use the template again. The color does not matter on the Easy C tape. In fact, a lot of times when you order it, you get a random color. There's like, I don't know, or my hair is in here. I'm telling you. This is the year Jennifer's going to lose all of her hair. I'm telling you, it just is maddening. Okay, so there's little hinges there. I should have done it the other way. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Menopause is fun. Remind me if... did I do a video on my swatching? No, but I can tell you what I did. I don't think I did a video. Okay. The swatch ring. This is a die from Simon Says Stamp. It's a die set. I started doing my swatch rings with that die set years ago. And I cut the cardstock and I put a little label on the bottom. There are a million swatch dies that have come out since then. So I just suggest finding one and sticking with it. I really like Spellbinders has a great swatch die set. So does Waffle Flower and Concord 9th. But here's the thing. I started these years ago, and I don't want to have to recut all my older cardstock. So this is what I stick to. Okay. Easy C tape. Sorry. Thank you. Easy C tape comes in different colors, and it's all the same. The nice thing also is you can reuse the pieces. I have a bunch stuck to the edge of my table. In my video, I usually grab new pieces, but normally, yeah, like when I'm normally crafting, I use the reused pieces from the corner of my table. Yeah, you can use any tag die. Does anyone have trouble with the Simon Says stamp checkout? I have no idea. Sometimes you got to clear your browser or something. I think this time I'm going to try this. So let's try this. Sorry this part's taken so long. It's because I'm redoing. It really wouldn't take a long time if I wasn't overthinking everything. Oh, look, my hair's back. Oh my gosh. I stayed in a hotel. I went up to visit Heidi this week. And I stayed in a hotel. And I realized there was hair all over the bathroom floor. I'm losing my hair. Yes, you can reuse these pieces many times too. Yes, I find the tape everywhere too. When I get to Pilates, I usually find it stuck to my clothes. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I'm going to get my head in the way. You could do it like I did last time, but I think I'm going to try this time. So I'm kind of lining it up-ish. Needs to go a little bit to the left. There. Okay, good enough. I'll run this through. I could glue them together and then run them through together, but Spellbinders is heavyweight cardstock. Yeah, it was my hair. I'm certain of it because it's everywhere. It's in my bathroom here too, but I'm used to like shuffling around. I don't know. Do I use my swatch ring a lot? Absolutely. Now I'll tell you, when I cut my swatch rings, I do 3 of each. I make 3 swatches of each. One of the sets of swatches goes together like you see here. One goes in like a universal swatch ring, which I have to work on mine right now. And then one goes if I want to do combos. Like if I find the Spellbinders Fern looks really nice with the Hero Arts Meadow, I can put those together on a swatch ring. But again, please remember, this is my job. So being organized and knowing what color cardstock I use helps. But having just one swatch ring is helpful to anyone because you can reorder. And you're also able to see if you have crossover between companies. Like if you find one company's color is the same as another company's, because sometimes they go to the same manufacturer. That way you would know. And you could make note of that when you order. Okay. There we go. Now Jennifer's happier. Jennifer's a perfectionist, and Jennifer has to get it just right. And now Jennifer feels happy. And I'm also going to put a little piece of tape on the front of this because I keep trying to turn it over and I want my waves to be right. So I'm putting a piece of tape to remind myself to not put it upside down. Let me cut some of these. You know what? I'll just sand them off. I want this to be smooth here. This is a paper sander. It's great for smoothing things. Okay, so there's the front. That was ridiculous. So that can go right there. You could do a sardine thing this way if you wanted to, but I'm going to change it up. Okay, next. My sliders. All right. So I'll glue 4 of these together. Now while I glue these together, Mike, you got any questions?
Yes.
Will you ever make a video of the Pet Pals card I did for the C9 video, end of year? Yeah, in the Concord and Ninth had a like favorite things at the right before the holidays, and that was it was before the holidays, and I used a set called Pet Pals. I was going to do a video with it, but they sold out of the set, and I'm not going to do a video when it's sold out because that really makes people not like me. So once it's back in stock, maybe I will. I'm busy, really busy the next few weeks. There are a lot of class events coming up this spring, and I'm doing all the prep for those, which I love, but it's work I do that you don't see till later. So it looks like I'm being lazy, but I'm really not. Yeah, Karen, that's a good idea. Yes, she asked if I would do a video on different card-based sizes and things like that. I think that's a very good idea because I think a lot of us get in a rut of making the same size. Some of you are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 like me. Some of you like 5 by 7, but there are a lot of other sizes that are really fun and refreshing to work with. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to have a tab. I think the tab will come out the top. All right. I'm going to have a tab up here, and I want it to stick out. I could just cut like a little arch thing, which also would work, but I want it to stick out a bit. Maybe on the bottom. I don't know. If I wanted to make my overall card a little smaller so that something could stick out and it'll still fit in a regular envelope, you could not use that along the top and do like a shorter card panel that's only like 5 inches tall instead of 5 1/2. But I'm going with the full card size and something will stick out. But I have other options too. We'll see. Okay. Let me think. All right, this I can glue to the inside. Doobie-doo. Oh, yeah. All right, now I will tell you, one thing you could do before you glue these down is if you want to decorate on the inside of your card, you could trace a pencil line here, and then you can stamp whatever you want in there. But I'm going to put a gift card in there, so I'm not putting anything in there. All right? So I'm not worrying about that, but you could. You just want to do it before you glue these down because it'd be a lot easier. So you could stamp things in there. You could put die cut things in there, stencils. You could do just a sentiment in there. But you want to you trace your window so you know where to do it. So this is the back side of my card here. Make sure that the sliders are working here. Whoop. Hold please, I just want to get this just right. Yep, see I pushed them in too much. Whoop. I want to make sure that these slide here. Yeah, it's just wet. Okay, there we go. Okay, next up, we don't have to do this here. We don't have to, but I'm going to do it. And instead of cutting new ones, I'm just going to take them from my mock-up here. Any company sells swatch rings already put together? I don't think so. It is a very time-consuming thing for them to make a bunch. Maybe they do. That I don't know of anybody. But it is a time-consuming thing to make those, and they would have to sell it for a ton. Like when I buy felt swatch rings, I feel like that's not thick enough. Did I put enough pieces? Oh, this isn't the right one. That was my mock-up. I'm going to take them out of here so I don't have to make more of this guide. Like when I buy felt swatch rings from somebody on Etsy, they're expensive because it costs them a lot. It takes them a lot of time to make them. So I doubt any companies do that. It would just be very time consuming. So I want to make sure that this slides here. Okay, so this is what I have. The big mouth slider mechanism, and then I put those supports in that I showed you before. I know my kit with Simon, the Simon class is going to be really fun. I just finished all the cards and I texted Heidi and I'm like, Heidi, how many can I do? Because I came up with a lot. But what I figure is in that class, we're gonna start by doing techniques, lots of techniques, and then we'll turn some of them into cards and you can make choices. It'll be really cool. The glue I use is Gina K Connect Matte Adhesive. It's her matte in her fine tip bottle. All right, so now this will go on here and I want this to slide up and down. Okay, but I wanna decorate this. That's got some oobies on it. So I'm gonna, let's see. And I want this to be a little bit stronger. I might glue two of them together. I don't know, maybe it's not necessary. No, I don't think so. I'm just gonna go with one. Oh, but notice how if I were to put this in here, I can't, it doesn't stick out long enough here to be to have a tab. So we're gonna get clever. You could glue a piece on here to extend it, which is what I did on this mock-up. Here's my messy mock-up. You could glue a piece to extend it so that when you put this on the front, there's this tab down here you pull. But I thought instead, let's do some partial die cutting. So if you wanted to do the sardine can, you could definitely do that, but I'm changing it up. So I have that slider piece. I'm gonna place it here. I am not gonna cut this bottom edge. I want it to be longer. Okay, so tape this onto here and I'll show you how I do that. Partial die cutting is something you can do with any die cut machine you have. What I'll do is put my top cutting plate over all of this because I want that to cut. But I'm leaving the bottom hanging out because I do not want it to cut so that I can make it longer. Okay, just bear with me. Oh, good, good. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. I could flip it. We could try that. Could do that. Let's see, let's try that. I mean, there's a few ways you can do this. Let me tell you the different ways you could do this. Eek, eek, eek. Okay, so now I can cut this and make this as long as I want, right? But I want it to fit, I want it to just have the right amount hanging out here. So I need about, how long would we want that to be? I want to basically extend this, extend it about, I'm gonna only extend it about an inch. So it's only gonna stick out a little bit, but I'm gonna put a notch in the bottom of my card. So bear with me. So I want this to be, instead of here, I want it to keep going down another inch. Let me think about the best way to do that. I know what I'll do. I'll take my scissors. And I could also just, I know, okay. Sorry, gotta think. Okay, this right here, I want it to be a certain amount. You could flip it and do this. I think that, I don't know if that'll be too long. It won't be long enough. Okay, so let me just do this. So I did partial die cutting, right? But I want this to be about an inch longer than the die usually does. So what I'll do is shift this die down. Shift it down. So there's about an inch sticking out up here. Okay, and the sides of the die are lined up in there. So I'll just tape it here, I'll tape it here. Let's see if this works. I don't know that that's going to be ideal. Okay, change again. I told you I had to wing this, but I'll tell you in the end how to do it. So, okay, I want to make this an inch longer than it is here. I want this to be an inch longer down here. So what I'll do is I did this with the partial die cutting. Now I'm going to rotate it and shift it down so there's an inch up here. So I want that to be about an inch up there. And it actually works out so that like these line up just below what we cut below before. We're gonna try this. If it doesn't work, I'll change gears again. Yes, it's Sunday playtime. Yeah, I could just glue a piece. Maybe that would just be easier. Let me see here, because I did that here and nobody would see it. Well, no, when you pull it out here, see, you see it. Let me think. Yeah, I want that to be solid. Okay, so I'm going to tape this down. So I just rotated the die, shifted it an inch down. I'll hold it up so you can see. Let's make sure it works. And these kind of pop in the sides of what we already cut. This is the thinking, okay? The assignment kits are shipping. Okay, so the sides, sides of the die here line up with the cut that I already did. And you can see this is shifted. I rotated my die and shifted it so these line up. But basically what's happening is there's an inch up here. Okay, let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. All right. Not Simon Kids, Simon Kits. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Dang it. I forgot to partial die cut. Y'all. I am on the struggle bus today. So I'm going to do it again. But this way you'll be able to see it in clear since I messed it up so many times last time. Okay, here we go. Let's tape this up. Sorry, guys. This is Jennifer on the struggle bus. I think this time we'll get it. Okay, so we're starting over because I messed up the last one. We're going to do partial die cutting, and we're going to leave this bottom edge hanging out. Okay, bottom edge is hanging out. And I'll run that through. Basically, again, I'm making this, but making it longer down here. You could tape it like I did on my mock-up, but this is going to be cool because it's one long piece. And it's not hard once I get it going and if it works. Okay, so I'll remove that tape. So basically, we have it partially cut. Okay. Now, I had it like this. I'm going to take it and rotate it. And shift it down so that there's about an inch from where we cut before to the top of the die. And I'm lining up the die side lines with the cut side lines that we have. Put some tape on here. I do not want this to move now. Okay, so this is lined up here. This is lined up here. These happen to be right under what we cut last time, and this is down about an inch. Now, we don't want it to cut up here this time, because it'll cut our big piece. So last time we partial die cut like this time we're partial die cutting like this. So everything here will cut, but that won't cut. Karen, that what I was doing before was correct. I just forgot to do partial die cutting the second time. So let's see if this works. Nope, I did it wrong. All right. I cut the sides. Let me think. I'm going to make this easier. Okay, I'm going to make this easier. Rewind. Rewind. Okay. Mike, I'm on the struggle bus. Okay, so I'm going to try something different. I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock to be as wide as this. So let's see how wide it is. It is a little under 2.5. So I'm going to cut a piece of cardstock that is the same width. So see how this cardstock is the same width. This is going to be easier. Okay. I'm going to take this and glue it right. Let's glue it, right on top. Yeah. This should work. So I'm going to glue it right on top. There we go. So this is the regular piece. Let's put glue on this. Bear with me, folks. I promise I'll get this. I'm going to glue it right to the top. So see how it's glued on the back? And you don't have to, I guess, but I'm going to cut that to be the same round. Now you could do partial die cutting, but this is easier. Yeah. Changing gears. Pull the plate down. I know I should have pulled the plate down past the notches, but I'm not wanting to do it again. I feel like, you know, when you try something too many times and you struggle too much, you're like, I need to walk away. So there we go. Now look, it's longer. So much easier too. So you could have done that partial die cutting. You just would have had to put When you did partial die cutting the second time, you should have had to shift it down further than I did. But this, look at this. So this should work just fine. So let me look in my, let's test it in here. This is my card. Look at that. And then I can go cut this to be whatever I want here. So that's better. So now I've got this piece. Yay! Okay, so that's what goes in and out here. And I can cut this to be shorter. So what I'll have is this here. I want to have a little notch cut out right here so that you can place your thumb. That's one thing you could do. Or you could just have this hang out, like just be a longer piece. I could also do it this way so that it pulls out the top. I think I like that. I think I like it pulling out the top. Okay, so we're, in what I showed you before, I was having it slide this way. This time I'm just gonna have it slide this way. Okay, and then it'll be a little guy sticking out the top. So I wanna cut that to be shorter because it's way too high up here. So I will put this in the push down position. So these tabs are right in this corner here. I'll hold it up in a moment. But I only want my little tab to stick out about that much there. So I'm putting a little tick mark. So see, I've got these little tabs here right into the closed position, and I'm gonna cut right there. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with top. Yep, so you could do it either way. Top or bottom, doesn't really matter. There we go. I cut a little bit much off, but that's okay. So now I've got this. It'll look like this. So really that wasn't hard. If you skip all that mess up stuff, what I did was so much easier, and look at how much easier that is. All I did again was take one of these, cut a piece the same width and glue it onto the back. So I just made it longer. See how it's just longer here? That's the only thing I did. Forget all that partial die cutting. This is so much easier. Okay. Now I want this to have the same curve. So I'm just going to take another one and just hold it there and cut along that curve. Don't have to do this. If you have a corner rounder, you could do that, but that involves walking 6 feet to the other side. My room. There we go. There we go. So now it's curved at the top and the bottom. Look at that. So much easier. Yes, I should save this as a template for future. What I could do is take this piece here and just trace it, so I know the width and length to do it. Or I could make note to extend this to be, this is 5 inches. So I could save this with my set. Extend to be 5 inches. And you just do that by cutting a strip to be 5 inches, okay? Okay, so now this is what we got here. Very cool. Let's see. But I'm not done. Did I glue these? Okay. I didn't really keep these rails in the right place up against it, but that's okay. Now, I want to decorate on the front here. I want to put my fish in here. I'm not making sardines, I'm just putting fish in there. So I'm just going to hold this here. Okay, so it's in its closed position, which is right there. And this is going to be, again, this is in a sardine can. This is just a slider card. I am not doing sardines. The sardine thing I can show you in a moment if you want me to, but I'm on the slow bus here today. Okay, so I'm just holding this here. It's in the closed position. I know I want to put my decorating there. And I thought it'd be fun to do the fish from whatever that fish set is called. What's the fish set called, Mike? Oh, this is from the sardine mechanism. So far, besides that wave die, the only thing I've used is the big mouth slider dies and the big mouth sardine dies. Big mouth sardine dies. That allowed you to do the window and this little pole mechanism, and it also happens to have the fish. Now, here's the thing, folks. Where did my liquid adhesive go? You do not have to do fish here. You could do anything you want. Anything. This could be flowers. This could be any scene you want. Just bear with me. I'm going to put that there. Put that right in the middle. Let me put that right in the middle. Boom, boom. Put that there. I want to fill the window with these cute little fish. Now remember, there were other fish images. So if you like this sentiment that says, oh, officially old, you could definitely use some of the other images too. Okay, I think I want to put that one right there. I'm all shook from messing that up. It's what happens, right? I feel like I'm a perfectionist with your time. Like I want to get this just right. Yeah, I think this one, let's move him up. Aren't these cute fish? Mike, aren't they cute fish?
Those are cute fish.
Thank you. Okay, so there we go. Aren't they cute? Oh, sardines. Yeah, if you want them to be sardines, make them from holographic cardstock. Good idea. I just wanted to do some fun little fish inside. So I'm doing, oh, by the way, these are all, these are all Spellbinders cardstock. I'll have to pull out to the swatch to make sure I get the color names right. All right. Wait, I know, but I just don't want to mess up your time. Like if somebody's watching and follows along, they're going to have a mess on their hands. Does that not go down? Go. Good enough. Okay, so there, look at those fun little fish. I think they're cute. You could have them going different ways, but I thought this officially old looked really good right there. Isn't that cute? Now, let me see. If I pull this up, if I pull it up, I could leave that right there. All right. This is where I'm going to change things. Now, here's the thing. If I do this, I'm afraid my fish might get caught on this edge. See, get caught on the edge there. It probably wouldn't, but to avoid any problem with that, I'm just going to put a piece of acetate in there. Cheap, inexpensive, whatever acetate you have on hand, completely fine. It could be recycled packaging. I just have a piece here. So I'll take this and put it on the back. That'll also make it really smooth. You know what? I think I should make it a bigger size. Save that one. Let's just cut this down a little bit. I want the back side of this to be really smooth for this mechanism. So it'll go right there. Okay, so this is on the back of the window. Liquid adhesive takes a while to dry on acetate because it's not porous, but it will dry eventually. So until that dries, I'm just, because I want to make sure that doesn't move, I will also put some tape back here, but it'll end up dry and secure. A plastic from a lettuce container may work. I don't know. But seriously, like the backing from a stamp set, I mean, you could really just start, if you start looking, like a lot of recycled packaging is really good for different things. For example, these supports you could cut from like card, like, you know, cereal box or something. Okay. So now it's shiny and now those die cuts can't get caught on the window. If I did this card again, you don't have to do this. This is just another option. I could have put the acetate between the solid waterfall piece and then this one that has the waves. And that way the waves would be shiny too, like the open waves window, but it really doesn't matter. I will add the gift card in a minute. No worries. All right, so this is what we got. So now I will put the officially old on the window. So it'll stay put there. And that way I can also stack some dimension behind it, because you know me. Now I gotta find it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay, so I'm really getting into adding recycled acetate or using glossy paper. I'm really liking the shine on things. All right, hold on. Oh, I already had one right here. I knew I had prepped. Okay. We'll do 3 of them. There. Oh my gosh, I think that's so cute. Mike, I could have done this for your birthday.
Yes, you could.
Because you're older than Ken is. Aren't you? They're like just a few months apart.
I'm older than dirt.
You're older than dirt. I need some dirt stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to do one more in there because I love my dimension. Okay. So there we go. This can go on the front. You could add some shimmer or something to some of this. Cleaning my acetate off. Good enough. Whoever gets this card, if it's Ken, he's old. His eyes aren't that good. He won't see all the dust. Okay. Now, I would normally, again, use liquid adhesive on this, but I don't want it to move while we're crafting. So I'm just putting tape runner on the back of this. Later, I'll go back and put adhesive or liquid adhesive under there. Actually, this will probably hold just fine. So now when you pull that up, that stays there. Isn't that fun? That's a really easy slider card. I made things more difficult. Really, all it is those supports and then gluing that longer piece onto here. Okay. Now, the acetate I put there, you don't have to have that there. You don't have to have that there. And I will show you some other examples here. Okay. Okay. See, I've got these gooberies. Now let me think. I will put my gift card in there next. All right. The gift card. So the gift card, that's the only catch. Is they got to get the gift card out. Because I put the acetate there, they got to get their gift card. That's the only catch. Because see, now it's in there. So what I will do is make a cut. So it's going to go, my gift card is going to go right about there. No worries, we'll make it so it comes out. I've done this before. So if you want to make it so they can easily take the card right out, don't put that acetate there. Don't put the acetate there. Like, oh dear, where's my mechanism? This is the mock-up I did, which is this right? Yeah, okay. If you do this mock-up, where's my one with the tab? Here it is. If you do it how it's intended, like this, and you pull the tab, or make the extended like I did, you could put the gift card there. You don't want acetate if you want to just be able to take it right out. So there are a few different things you could do, but let me show you what I plan to do, because I think this will be the best way. Can you attach a gift card to the pull side so it comes out when you pull? Yep, that's one thing you could do. I want it to be right about here. The gift card's going to go right about there. I'll erase that in a moment. So let me talk about some of the things you could do. You could make it so that the gift card comes out, like is part of the mechanism that comes out, but I think this is what I'm going to do. So my gift card will go right about there. So I will cut a window right in here. So I should have done this right into the back. I should have done this when I made my card. No, okay. So what I'll do is, I need my card base. I should have done this directly onto a card base. Hold, please. I should have done this directly onto a card base. Glued the mechanisms on there, and then I would just cut directly on my card base. But I'm going to cut a line from here to here. Let me get out my craft knife, and I'll do this. I usually use my cutting mat when I do this. I'm just going to cut a line there. Now, it would have been better to do this before I made my whole slider card, but here we go. Okay, so there's a slit there. Come on, baby. Didn't cut deep enough. You guys are really watching me crash and burn today. But this will work. I know it. I just know it. So we can slide right there. So the recipient could take it out here.
It's the Pink and Main adhesive eraser.
Yeah, I use the Pink and Main adhesive eraser. Okay, so it goes right there. So I will erase this here. You can use the adhesive eraser as an eraser too. And then, there we go. So I want it to be right about there. So what I should have done is put this mechanism right on the front of my card base. So when I did that slit, it would be right in the front of the card. But I didn't do that. I've got to glue that on there. So now I need to cut the slit through my card too. Shoulda, 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 woulda. So now I got to cut one on here. So if I would have put my mechanism, the big mouth guides, on my front of my card base, I wouldn't have to cut through both layers, but I didn't. So let's see if I can get that to line up. So this would be here, this would be here. I really should just start the mechanism again. I think I might have to, because this is just going to be a pain in the butt. This won't take long. Okay, so I've got this already cut here. Yep, perfect. So that's cut there so that, yep. So see how they can pull it out from the inside. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So all I did here was I cut a slit in the front of my note card, all right? And that way the gift card will stick like this, and we can put the mechanism around it, and they will be able to pull it out from the inside. So I'm just gonna hold that there. I'm gonna rebuild my walls because I messed up. And this will give you a fresh look at the card. So if you're just trying to decide if you're gonna make this, you'll see this is not hard. I was making everything hard. So 4 of these together. Some people, you could do 3, but I'm going with 4. We'll still be able to use our front and our fish pieces, but I'm just rebuilding this wall. The reason, again, I did that is because it's best to do this mechanism directly on the front of the note card, and I didn't do that. So, sorry guys. Is it making sense though? Is it making sense now? Please tell me it's making sense. If something's not making sense, I can re-explain. So just tell me if there's an aspect that isn't making sense to you. All right, so we've got our little mechanism. And remember, I'm doing it so it comes out the top. So I got to glue it that way. So this is a top folding 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch note card that I'm using here. All right. So this goes right onto the front. Yay. Now I can test this again. Yep. Sure these sides. I want to make sure these aren't like bowed in so that the little slider can't slide. Sliding just fine. Okay, so what I have is the mechanism glued to the front of my card, and I also cut a slit for my gift card. Listen, it would have been a lot easier if I didn't put a gift card in there, but I want a gift card in there. Okay, so now I can add these little rails. I don't really think I need them, but I'm gonna put them in there anyways. So these are those little rails that I have created. These are just 1/2 inch strips of cardstock that are 4 thick, just like the walls of my the Big Mouth. And I just like to add these right here in this little nook. I just feel like it helps guide it better. I don't think you have to do that, but I feel like it just guides it a little bit better. Okay, so these are optional. That's what we got going on. This gift card will be lower. All right. Whew. Now I want to put a little bit of, just a touch of tape runner in there to keep my gift card in position. So, yep, it'll be, now Sports Authority doesn't really work with this, but it's okay. It could be whatever you want. Look at that. So see how it just looks great in there. Okay. So that's how it's going to be. Now this will slide open and closed. Home stretch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're doing great.
No, I'm not. But that's okay. I don't, listen, not every day is going to be a rock star day. In fact, I can't tell you the last time I had a rock star day. No, yesterday.
Ooh, hello.
I will tell you, yesterday, bring me a couple of those. I had a rock star day yesterday. Hold on. So there we have it. Okay. And I'll place this, oh, shoot.
Oh, all the class cards?
I'm going to lay this in here. Okay, I'm just laying that there. It's not glued, but I'm laying it in there. Betsy brought those to me today, along with some flowers and the amazing card that's behind my head. Okay. Just test. Okay, now I'm going to leave this here with some heaviness on there. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a goober in there, but I'll retrieve it later. There we go. Okay, so we got it. We got it, but I'm not done. Let's put something heavy on that. Isn't that fun? Yeah, Betsy brought these. I don't want to chew in your ears, so I'll have to save them. You could do silver around this if you want it like to be a frame, but I'm just doing white. This is also in the same Sardine die set. I cut 2 from white. I think a white frame would be nice on here. Maybe a darker, I don't know, but we're going to go with white right now. I may change my mind. I like it. I like the white. Now that little tab sticking out the top, I would stamp a small pull there in a very light color ink. However, I can't find my Lawn Fawn push-pull stamp set. You know where it probably is? In all the Black Friday stuff I haven't put away. So, normally, Mike, can you add the, I think it's called the push-pull set from Lawn Fawn. Can you add it to the supply list? Oh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Isn't that cute? And then you can take the gift card there. I did it. I officially did it. And then you also have, you could take, you could stamp, you could put birthday fishes right there. I'm hoping this doesn't get caught. Let's hope, let's hope. It should be okay. Birthday fishes. This is in the same stamp set as the Officially Old. Just dying. What else do you use the rubber thing for? What rubber thing?
Yeah,
This, the eraser. I use that to remove adhesive from anything. So like if you get adhesive left behind from, oh, too low. Like right here, that adhesive I could let dry and erase away. I'm just gonna erase it now. Any kind of adhesive, this will erase. If you're gonna erase liquid adhesive, let it dry. I didn't do that because I don't have time. Like tape runner or the residue from like temporary tape, I make sure. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Did it. Oh, Kim said, way to reel it in. Kim, that's awesome. Nice. Oh, by the way, I have 2 great giveaways at the end of this, so remember to leave comments in the chat. Okay, I just am in love. Why is it that sometimes, I don't know if it's the colors, I got to go through the colors with you, but look at how well that works. So, it took me a lot of work, but it wasn't difficult in the end. If you lightly write here or stamp pull, for sure. And then you can also say, you know, write pull here and they can pull out their gift card. I mean, you can see there's a gift card there. Now, you could put little gems on this. Some gems on here, you could put like some little, scatter a few right onto the plastic, onto the acetate. Some like iridescent would be fun. But isn't that cool? I'm loving this. So, if you don't want fish, you can still use the Big Mouth die set and the Big Mouth Sardine die set to just create this frame look. So you could have flowers on there, you could have nachos on there, you could have anything on that and it slides up and down. Now remember, on this one, this is the actual sardine version. I've kind of pulled it apart here. But it uses the same mechanism, but you open it just like this. You could also put a little acetate tab that sticks out, that's glued to this, that sticks out here that you can pull. Either way. But that's the same die set, okay? Over on the Hero Arts website, they show how to do the sardine card, okay? Yeah, glossy accents would make the fish fun. I could have put little eyes on them, but I didn't. There's something about the simplicity, really. It really does have a simple look, kind of. It really wasn't hard. So the modification I made is I put a longer piece on here, made it 5 inches tall on this little pull mechanism. And then I did that little slit so the gift card would be in there because I have that acetate on the front. If I didn't put the acetate, I could have just glued the gift card here. I know I have another gift card to show you. If you don't put an acetate window in this, you could instead have the gift card in here and just pull. I don't have all this glued together, so the rails aren't sticking. So this would open it, then the person could just take it right out. Okay, so you could do this exact same card without the acetate. When they pull it, they can take the card out. But I love the acetate window because you never know. Why isn't this a ride or die birthday wishes between Mermaid and Ariel and her Princess Eric to gift card to seafood restaurant under the sea? Hey, that would work too. That would work too. So again, if you want to see how to do this and also how to use these press plates, no, I can show the press plates. Let's do the press plates. Okay, so there's our first card. I'm so happy about it. You know, it was for me, worth the work. And it wasn't hard in the end. Okay, next, let's do the press plates because There are press plates that go with this. And Mike, can you show the sardine card again? If you want it to be sardine theme, you can, using those little fish images, but you can skip the fish for this and it fits perfectly inside of this window. But again, remember, you can put anything on here. You can use your lawn fawn stamps, you could use an Altenew flower, whatever you want. Okay, all right, but let's do some press plate here because, you can come back here, because I haven't used my Better Press in a bit and I want to. This is called the Wear Tight Better Press set. And remember, if you're shopping at Spellbinders or Hero Arts, I have discount codes below and you could save on the Better Press if you don't have it. Okay, now, is the mechanism available separately? This is separate, but if you want that pull tab, you get it with the Sardine set. And this has, I lost the die. Here we go. This one is the Sardine. So to do that basic mechanism I did, you need these two sets. You can buy it as a bundle, which you save, and you just can skip the fish. But I think those fish are fun. Okay, now let me show you about this Better Press here. This Better Press slate set comes with this guide. Okay, this is the registration guide. Now I have my Better Press here, and taped over the surface, can you see? I have taped a really thin piece of packaging. I think this was packaging from a giant stamp set. I cut a thin piece from it. And I just tape it around. That way I can easily wipe the ink off. So that's what's there. Now, you don't have to do that. Can you scroll it? So I have the registration guide. Can you see it's got like this? This is a guide for what we're doing. Uh-oh. Mike, Jennifer tackled another challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Puntastic day.
It's a puntastic day. Okay, so you take the registration guide and it's got this black around the edges and you line it up onto the black at the center of your system here. And I'm going to put some tape on there. It's kind of hard to see on the gray, but I will hold it up for you. Okay. So see, you can see there's these different colored lines here. Those different colored lines show you where to put the press plates. So this one fits inside the blue line, and I'm going to line it up inside the blue line. It fits perfectly. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. Against this is the Wear Tight press plate set, and it goes with the sardine theme, but you don't have to use it as a sardine or fish theme. I have a piece of white cardstock here. And you can use Better Press cardstock if you want a deep impression. I just want a crisp impression. So I'm just using regular cardstock. But if you want a deep impression, I hooked it, Mike. I love it. Okay. If you want a deep impression, use the Better Press cardstock, which you can get on with the discount code at either Hero Arts or at Hero Arts or Spellbinders. And I really want to eat those chocolate covered pretzels. So this is taped inside this. And that inside there. Now I can ink this up with whatever inks I want. I think I'm just going to grab some of my Altenew because I know my Hero Arts need re-inking. That's on my re-inking list. And I will just tap some ink onto that. Now if you have ink cubes, by all means use ink cubes because ink cubes allow you to get into these little nooks and crannies a bit better. Now I didn't really ink them well, but you're going to see that it doesn't really matter. Let me just wipe some of that extra ink off. You can use a Q-tip or baby wipe to wipe some of that away. Can you see I didn't really ink it up well? That's okay. It should be fine. Actually, I'm going to get that one a little bit better. Okay, so now, put that on there. And I will run this through my Spellbinders Platinum. You can use really any inks with this. The Spellbinders does have Better Press inks that are meant for it. By all means, you can use those. And look at that. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now, I didn't ink up that corner one well, but I want to show you. Yeah, they're little splashes, but they can also just be like little, doodads. So you can ink it up again and run it through again, as long as you didn't let that move. And I'm hoping I didn't. I might have, but I'm hoping I didn't. Now I'm going to cut this out, so I don't really care if ink gets around it. Shoop. Which way you put the top plate on? No, it doesn't. Nope. Hey, Mike, I'm krilling it today. There we go. So now it's better. So you can always go back and add more to it. Okay. I do find once you've used a press plate, ink just takes to it like butter. Okay. Like butter? I don't know. All right. So that was the first one. Now here's the next one. This one lines up inside of the green line. Now for this one, let's use Parrot. Oh, remind me to tell you guys what color ink I used. This is actually the better way to do it. What ink I used, or what cardstock I used on my last card. So this is Parrot. I'm gonna wipe some of this away from the middle. Again, you can really clean that up, but I'm just demoing here. Run this through. You guys are killing me. There we go. So now, see the detail that you have? So this will fit inside of that window. Now, the registration plate guide here also shows you how to put the sentiments, line up the sentiments, and the fish, if you want to make it like their example. But I'm not going to continue to do that. You can do that with the registration guide. Keep the registration guide. But I wanted to show you, you could just use those two. Let me put this away.
Yeah.
What? I'm officially the goat. You guys are killing me. See, thank you for making me feel better about my struggle bus. So now I can take this and center it around, put some tape on there and cut this, and then I'll show you. What family should you buy? What family colors should I buy of the Alts New Inks? Oh man, that's hard. Honestly, anytime anybody asks me about what colors of something to get, it really is whatever you find yourself using a lot. Like if you find yourself doing flowers a lot, then you probably want to do some greens and whatever your favorite floral colors are. It really just depends on your how you create. You know, it really just depends. But there are some that I use a lot that you would see in my videos. So that's always an option too. So one thing you could do, I'm just going to do this quickly. You could put a little acetate thing that sticks out to pull. Let me put this here. But look at how that frames in there. This is just rough, remember. And then you could have that pull out. Or you could put that little pull tab like here. Now mine is kind of rough because this isn't all really glued together, but it would be smooth. But look at how this like decorative can totally change up and make it more, I mean, I think that little decorative edge would be something fun for a more elegant card. So you can change things up, but they do have the fish sentiments that go really nicely in there. Mike, can you show that sardine card again? Mm-hmm. Let's see if Lila's texting me. Oh, thank you, Brine. There you go. So see the decorative edges? You can add the fish and the sentiments in the inside, but I'm not. Erica, Terry, and L.A. Greenwood, thank you. Oh, thank you. L.A. Greenwood said she's been in a creative slump for months, and thank you for pulling her through it. Listen, I've been on a life slump outside of crafting for months, so I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. So hang in there. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me with these ideas. Okay, I got to show you. Come back here. I just got a text from no, overhead. Okay. You can, from my daughter who had the baby. Look at this. He does these expressions that are awesome. Isn't that cute? And I asked her, she said I could tell you his name
That's
is
how you doing?
His name is Ethan. Isn't he cute? He makes these, he doesn't cry, he just squeaks and makes little faces. It's just amazing. Okay. There you go. Yeah, a life slump, pretty much. Oh, by the way, the colors of cardstock I used here, if you wanted to know from Spellbinders, remember it's Spellbinders cardstock, but you could get it at Hero Arts too. Waterfall, and then the two greens are Parrot, or no, yeah, Peridot and Rainforest, and then that peachy color is Coral. Okay? He is the cutest. He doesn't cry though. She'll text me and she's like, I got 8.5 hours of sleep. And I'm like, wait, that's not fair.
You don't have a baby, you don't get that much.
I have a teenager, I get less than that. All right. This could be a struggle bus too. It's a roller coaster. All right, so this is the Wild Ride. Wild Ride. I played around with it a little bit, but not a ton. So, there is the Wild Ride stamp set, and then there's the dies. And that's it. Everything you need there to make an interactive or non-interactive card. Mike, can you show the Wild Ride cards? Did we show them before? I don't think we
see. Oh, the coaster, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this one this one is interactive. Basically, the little roller coaster or the alpine slide just goes along the path. Can you go to the other one? Mm-hmm. I loved this one. This is not interactive. I love this card. It's a simple card. I don't know who made it. Maybe Heather. I'm not sure. But they did that little path stamp overlapping all over the card, and then curved the life as a roller coaster and enjoy the ride along the path, and put the little images on it. And I love, love, love that the stamping there is just black and white. There's no coloring of the images. I just think that is a great card. So this doesn't have to be interactive, but I'm going to make it interactive because people were asking me how to do it. All right? Okay, so come back here. I'm not sure if this is going to work. But first, let me just show you some ways to make the movement, and then I'll do it in a card. Yeah, you could do over the hill with this. That would be awesome. Now, in the die set, there are actually two different paths. One makes a long path, and one makes a shorter path. This die here is meant to work with cutting out that stamp image. Yes, you could do skiers. You could do all kinds of things. Hero Arts has some little ski images that would work with this. So a lot of different things you could change. You could have little critters going across the path. I just love, love, love the interactive, and I love the roller coaster theme, because I've been saying, that's been one of my sayings lately, is how everything is a roller coaster. So there are a few ways you can make something move on here. Okay, let me show you the easiest, but it requires you to buy an inexpensive little product. Then I'll show you how to do it without having to buy anything. Okay, so stick with me here. These are snap and slides, and I've shown these many times in videos, many times. Yes, Suzanne, you could do that. They're great. They're great for making things spin. They're great for making things slide. I know they're coming out with some new versions that will be a variation, but Pear Blossom Press is really good with this stuff, and the prices are great. So, Spellbinders and Hero Arts sell these on their website. If you don't have them, they just make everything really easy. Yes, I used these for my dumpster fire card last Sunday. Okay? Yeah, you could do fish. You can make the little fishies from before. You could make them move along. Vicky, great idea, Vicky. I'm first going to show you how to make roller coaster or alpine slide or whatever you want to move along this path without spinning. okay? And I'm gonna show you first with the snap and slide, and then I'll show you without it. So I'm gonna show you both. So with the snap and slide, what you can do is put 1/2 on the back and 1/2 on the front, and you can see it'll move around. See how it just moves along that slide? And you put that on the front of your card with foam tape around the outside edge. But if you just put on top of that, I'm just gonna use some tape runner here just to be quick. If you put just some, have this guy like this, watch, he'll like flip around. And I don't know that you really want that. Now, maybe you do, like maybe it's a different mechanism and you're okay with it spinning, but I just want it to go without him turning. I want it to go like this. Oh, he's not really glued on there. I want him to stay kind of upright. So let me show you how to do that. Okay. Let me just take this apart. Well, let me see. I'm gonna have these two guys go together. And we'll actually have this go off the back too. So I'm gonna have these guys go down that path. Okay? On the roller coaster. So to make it so it doesn't spin, I'm gonna put 2 together. 1, 2. So there's 2 halves, and I'll put that on the back. And then I'll pop the fronts on. You can hear them just pop right on. So now there's 2 of the snap and slides there. Again, if you don't have snap and slides, wait. I'll show you what to do. Okay, now I'm gonna cut just a tiny piece of cardstock. Where'd my scissors go? I just need something to connect to my little roller coasters here. Put adhesive on this. This is just a thin strip. I'm just doing this to demonstrate. It's not gonna look like $1,000,000, but it'll be fine. It's just to demonstrate. So I'm connecting these 2 guys together. All right, and I actually will, I'm not gonna put, could get glued to the back. So it looks like he's moving, you know? Now I have these 2 connected. Now what I'll do is put adhesive on the top of these guys. Really the best thing to do here would be to use glue dots, but I'm just putting a little tape runner on top. This is not ideal. This is just for demonstration purposes. I would put glue dots or double-sided tape on the top of both of those little guys. So there's glue there. I'm gonna put them right next to each other and then put my guys on top. And now, see how it moves? It goes with the path. So see how it doesn't, okay? So by using 2 next to each other, it works well. So that's one way to do it. And you could make it just be there are other slide type dies from other companies, some that will be just a little bit, just like a little hill or straight. You could just do a straight hill down. I showed that last week with the dumpster fire. I had it go straight across, but you can make it go straight down. And you just use 2 of the snap and slides. If you don't have snap and slides, let me show you what you can do. Okay. In this die set, there is a circle die right here. There's actually 2 circle dies. Then there's this die that cuts 6 little circles. What you'll do is glue 6 of these little circles together to make a little knobby thingy. If you have circle foam that size, you could use that. Where's my other one? Oh dear, oh me, oh my. Oh no. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. So I did 2 of those. So I used this die to cut from white cardstock. It creates 6 circles. You glue those together to create these stacked circles, and I did it twice. So this is 6 glued together, this is 6 glued together. All right? So that die is included in this set. Fantastic. All right, now there are these circles, the other circle die, the bigger circle die here. I cut that twice from white cardstock. And what I'll do is, I'm gonna put glue, a dab of glue there, a dab of glue there, and I will put one on there and one there. So it looks like a little, kind of like a, see it? And those are stacked circles, so they stand up. See that? Now you could also do two, let's see how this works first. If it doesn't work, we'll do it again. Okay? Yes, you'll need extra postage. Anytime you have a card with lots of dimension, you'll need extra postage.
And probably non-machinable.
And yeah, yep. Okay, so this should work, but we're gonna see. If not, I'll do two, like I did 2 snap and slides. Okay, so there's that. I really should give this time to dry, but you know me. Let's just put glue on the back of this. Then you put, well, you really want to put a circle die right on top like that, okay? But I'm just instead going to put my roller coaster piece on top. Let's see. Oh, it's wet still. Let's see. I don't like that. That doesn't move as well. So let's change. Changing gears. Hold on. We're changing gears. Instead, we're going to make 2. Like I did 2 snap and slides, we're going to make our own 2 snap and slides. So I got a circle die. This is from the same set. I'll glue my stacked circles onto it. That other way worked earlier. I'm wondering if I've reused these stacked circles so much that there's adhesive kind of around the outside edge sticking to the path. So that what I did should work, but it's not, I don't know. So there I have 2 stacked circles on top. Put that right in there, like that. You really could just, that should work. I think I have adhesive on the outside of mine that's just not thrilled to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like the stacked circles, there's like adhesive around the outside edge. So maybe if I did some, there we go, that moves. See how it moves? So the snap and slide, the reason I like snap and slide is the inside gears are smooth. There's nothing like, nothing jagged. It's plastic. It's very, very smooth. So if you have any adhesive, like on the inside edge of your little circles, it might get caught up. That's what's happening. Yeah, I can feel it's adhesive that's getting caught up on the edges. So the ways to avoid that, I'm not going to go through it all right now, but the ways to avoid it, I'll tell you right now. See, mine isn't even dry. What I would do is stack my die cuts together. I keep reusing them and there's adhesive everywhere. Put them together like this, let them dry. Then go, once they're dry, go with your anti-static powder all around the edges so there's no stickiness. Then put those behind the groove and put that on top. And the method I did before, where I put 2 on one circle, would work just fine then too. Yeah, anti-static would help too, but I have to let that have time to dry. So I wanted to show you, I'm gonna make my card with 2 snap and slides, but you can make your own using the die set, okay? Okay, but I'm gonna use snap and slides because they're so stinking easy to use. All right, so let me show you what I did. We're gonna see if this works, okay? Yeah, you could put a penny on it so it's heavier to move, but it should be fine. I did it before and it worked fine, but it's just sticky. It'll work great with my snap and slides. So let me show you what I did here. I cut a panel down. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I just wanted it to be small. You could do it big. Here's a bigger one. On this one, I use the bigger path. On this one, I use the smaller path. If you don't want a crazy roller coaster, you just want a hill, you could use the slider dies that I talked about in last week's live. There's one from Trinity Stamps and then one from Lawn Fawn. Okay, but this is what I'm going to do. So I cut that to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I stamped some of this stamp on it, kind of inspired by that other card I showed you. And I stamped that with, I believe that's Arctic ink from Hero Arts. Then there is this sentiment that says, life is a roller coaster. I did the thing people don't like me to do, and I cut between is a and roller coaster so I could stamp them in this little nook right here. And I stamped that with black ink. Yeah, wax would help too. You're right. Lots of ideas there. Then I just did this little doodad kind of scattered. I don't know. And I'm thinking about putting the sun up here. We'll see. We're going to see how this goes. But it shouldn't take long. But I already had that cut. So now I've got my sliders, my snap and slides, and I'll put 2 behind, right next to each other. And then I'll pop the top on. I mean, look at how easy these are. Listen. So satisfying. No, what happened? Cutting stamps. It doesn't hurt them. You can always use them as they were intended, or you could have masked to get the same effect. So I got those 2 on there. Now, I'm going to have a kitty and a doggy go on a roller coaster ride with me. So they're going to be behind me. See? Isn't that cute? Okay. I need to cut a really thin piece of cardstock to connect, just grab some scraps here, to connect me with my pets. You could use acetate, but it sounds like work. The sliders are so helpful. I agree, cutting stamps makes them more versatile. Okay, so you can put these on like 2 separate things and connect them with some string or something. I did something like this on a bigger scale in my live last Sunday. That was the dumpster fires. So look at that, fits right there. But I do want this thing. I do like this coming out of the back of it. Whoosh. The little whoosh. So let's put the little whoosh on. I love roller coasters. That's why I like going to Disney, is the rides. I just laugh. I turn into a kid. I love them. We have an amusement park here by our house. I never go. I never go to that one. I like Disney roller coasters. I don't like too crazy. If it's like, I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot is phenomenal. Okay, so now this will get glued right on top of my sliders. Now, if you only wanted one to go, you can modify one of these sliders, but I think it's cute with the 2 going together. So, I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on the back here. I would normally use liquid adhesive here, but that will take time to dry, and I don't want to take the time. So I'm just putting some strip of double-sided tape down the back. You could use glue dots here, whatever you want. And these 2 are separate, but I'm putting them next to each other, and then I'll put my little cart on it. Let me separate them a little more. There we go. Oh, uh-oh, that little thing. Okay, there he goes. So it slides. Now it's going to slide better once I have it assembled on the cart. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Whee! Okay, wait until the foam tape's on the back. It'll work great. All right, so now let's do that. Well, so I'm thinking this and a few clouds up there. But I might want to stamp more of those little asterisk-y little thingies. Uh-oh. Where'd that stamp go? Oh, here it is. Sorry. Oh, thank you, Polly. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to do free range stamping. Oh, this is so scary to me. Okay. All right, I'm going to ink up here. I'm just going to put some of these all over. I just like the look of these in the example from Hero Arts. So I'm just putting a few of those around. And now I'm going to do some clouds and sun in the sky. Who knows how this will turn out, but that'll be fun. Yeah, kids love interactive cards. Yeah, I don't love Kings Island. I don't know why. All right, I think that I'm going to glue those well, no, I could glue them on now. So this I'm going to put right up here. Little sun up there. And then let's do, I got a little ink booger here, so I'm going to put a cloud over that. So it kind of overlaps with those little asterisks. Put a cloud up there. Oh, that's great. You still have fish puns on the brain? Little gems would be cute on here too. Let's put like a cloud going off the edge here. I'll trim it. I need a third cloud. I want it to be lower. Maybe I'll put it right here at the end of this. Yeah, I'll do it right there. So it's like a little visual, kind of a visual triangle of images. Okay. I'm not giving these things much time to dry, but you get the idea. Okay, trim that off. And remember, you could do this. You get more movement on the long trail, but this is what I wanted to do. I thought that was cute. Now, for behind that, I think I really want I like a little blue showing through the path. You could put it on the white, but I think I'm going to put it on the blue. This is Seaside from Spellbinders. So now let's put our tape on the back. I'm using Altenew foam tape. I need to add that to all my supply lists. Mike, can you add it to the template? Because I use this stuff on every card.
Does it matter what size?
Just to the whole category. Okay, I'm going to put foam tape. You don't want the foam tape to get in the way of your little slider doohickeys. So I don't want it to get too close to the path. So I'm going to go kind of around the outside. I can put a little bit down here. But I don't want to go too close. Now I cut my panel down really close to the sides, so I don't have a whole lot of room for foam tape, but I think it's okay. Here I would have a lot more room. Gray would be nice too. Good point. You could do gray. I'm going to go with Seaside because I've got it cut. I'll just put a piece here. Let go. A piece there. Now that should move. Yeah, they move without getting in the way of anything. Yeah. Okay, so now release paper. Yeah, the Altenew foam tape is absolutely the best. I bet a lot of you agree. Let me know if what you guys think. I like it because the release paper comes off easy. I can't stand when you have to pick at it and to get that tape off, or the release paper. It cuts nicely without getting your scissors gunky. And it comes in 3 different widths and 2 different thicknesses. And the sides aren't sticky. So if you make a shaker window, the sides of the foam tape aren't sticky. I love that. And they may or may not be coming out with black. Shh. I don't know if I should have said that. They'll forgive me. Okay, so I put liquid adhesive on the foam tape so that I have wiggle room time. So I'm gonna put this right on here. This is cut to be a little bit bigger. So see how I can wiggle it until it's where I want it to be? Okay, that's cute. That's really cute. Okay, now let's give it a minute before I start playing with it. Let's give it a minute to dry. Okay? Yeah, it's going to move just fine. Okay, so let me give that a minute. I want something on the background. I don't want it to just be... So, here's a piece of white cardstock. And this is an much older die from Hero Arts. Swirls Confetti. Remember how before I used the Sea and Wave confetti? They have all these that are, they're called confetti dies, and they cut a bunch of shapes. Remember this, the circle confetti die? They're going to have that out. They're bringing it back because I begged. So I know that it's coming very soon. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Remember this one? I love it because you can die cut it from specialty cardstocks and make your own flat embellishments. This is coming back. They told me it's very soon. Who's here? Is Pear Press here? Or is Pear Blossom here?
Yeah.
Oh, hi! I've been bragging on you, saying that your little snap and slides make everything easy. Okay, and rumor has it that you have new ones coming out, which would make what I'm doing much easier. I don't know if she... All right. So I'm just popping these out. I don't really care about popping out the inside ones because those are going to be covered, but let me pop these out. Yay. Thank you for the gift, by the way. My daughter gave me a healing stone for Christmas, and the little pear, little trinket holder you gave me fits it perfectly. I was losing it, and now I've got a little container for it. It's up next to my bedside. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Yeah, the circle confetti die, I promise you, you will hear from me immediately when it's available. I could have popped all these out by hitting this on the side of my desk first, but I did that before and it's really loud. I'm so glad you're here. This die is really cool. I just think it's a fun background. It looks really cool made as an impression with an embossing mat too. Oh, I'm a half-hour overtime. Sorry, folks. Okay, good enough. Because this is going to be on here. And I thought that like the swooshy goes with the swooshy. Okay, so now card. This is the card. And I did that from white, and I'm going to put it on a white note card so it's not distracting, kind of like I did tone on tone before. There we go. The snap and slides, you can get them at Spellbinders, Hero Arts, Simon Says Stamp, and Pear Blossom Press. Pear Blossom Press is who makes them, but you know, like other companies, you can get them at other sites. And so many companies think they're so good that they sell them. I'm guessing like Trinity and Lawn Fawn probably sell them too. A lot of places sell them because they work so well. Again, the difference between making your own slider element and these are quick and they're smooth, so it just slides easily. Okay. I could have put double-sided adhesive on this before I cut it, but whatevers. And this will just get stuck to the front. This is just to add some interest to the background. Simon Says Stamp's out of stock. Okay, I know Hero Arts had them this morning. I know they had them this morning. And I know Spellbinders had them last week. So, and they're not expensive. Amanda's awesome. Hi, Linda. There we go. I like that. Not very complicated. I should probably put some glue under there. I didn't really put any under here. I'm just squeezing some under there. I want this to stick well. Okay. Is Lila still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're doing game night again. We do game nights a lot. Oh, do you have Cammie's number?
Yeah.
Can you text her and tell her we're doing game night tonight? And Betsy, if you want to. All right.
Well, Betsy's here.
I know, but I just was saying Betsy to the screen. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at how that just moves so well. And see, they don't flip because I put 2. Oh my gosh. I could play with this all day long. And if you only wanted like the little hill, you can put like a little stopper there at the beginning and the end, wherever you want it to stop. But this is just so much fun. Now, again, oh, I never found it the other day, did I? The slider dies. I was saying Lawn Fawn. A lot of companies have them. Like these are Honeybee. I don't think they make them anymore. But have interactive slider dies. And you could just make a hill going down your card and have them just go right down. One of my older girls got married on a mountain in Oregon, and all the guests afterwards, you took the ski lift up to the top for the wedding, and then everybody in their dresses, including the bride, went down the alpine slide. It was so much fun. And I'm going to make one of these with the boy and the girl and make it like just a slider card as a gift for the 2 of them. Isn't that fun? I just think that's great. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. The roller coaster thing, I will be doing more with this. With the sentiments. And then on the inside, I'll be here through ups and downs. And I know just who this is going to go to because she likes animals and we've been texting lately. I don't know if she's here, so I don't want to say. But, okay, on the inside, you could have stamped it directly in there, but I did it on a strip beforehand, so I'll just glue that in there. I love that. And then honestly, if I had the time, I would go in here and I would probably add one of these going right down the card in a light color ink, and then add maybe some of those little asterisk-y kind of things that I have on the front. Yeah, you could do a maze. Somebody had maze dies. I don't remember who it was. Somebody did at some point. I keep all my snap and slides because I love them. I use them so much. I have a little container right here where my snap and slides always are. Okay. And this was, again, the Swirls Confetti die. I just thought it looked cool in the background there. Now, if you don't want to deal with interactive, you could just do this stamped and have them on the path, and it doesn't have to move. Yeah, you could there are a lot of skiing images that would work really well with this too. And with the skiing images, you could use I'll be here through ups and downs with that. It's been a wild ride. You could do a skiing too. Enjoy the ride. There's a lot of, and then there's follow your own path. A lot of different ways you can use this with other things too. But I love the little roller coaster. Isn't that fun? I don't know. Okay, those were 2 long-winded cards. The first one really was. But I hope with the first one, you saw me struggle. Sorry. But in the end, what worked was super easy. It wasn't hard at all, right? And that's the thing. Sometimes you got to play with things for a while. Usually I have that all figured out ahead of time, but this is a Sunday playtime, so I left some of it. And remember, there were so many ways you could use these. I umped it up. Remember, I umped it up by making this longer. I would stamp or write pull there. I got to find my stamp set. And then making the gift card that pulls out from the inside. Acetate. So you could really simplify that too if you wanted to. All right. There we go. Oh, I have giveaways. If you would like to be eligible for a giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment in the chat here on the live, and I will pick 2 winners here in a few. Mike will pick 2 winners here in a few minutes. I'm going to put my stamps away while we talk. All right. Were there any questions that I missed for anyone out there? by the way, if I did this again, I would make that light blue cardstock show through here, but I would make this cardstock that's sticking out, the matte, darker like the color of her shirt. But I don't want to take it apart. But that would make it pop more. Just an idea. Are snap and slides great for spinners? Yes, if you're curious about how snap and slides work for spinning cards, they're perfect for it. I did a spinner, I demonstrated the spinner, using it as a spinner in last Sunday's live. All right, so you can go watch that. I show how it spins nicely. I actually showed 2 different versions of spinners in that live, and they just, one spins like crazy and one like complete madness, and one has a little less, well, I mean, it spins just kind of normal, and that's with the snap and slides, but you can watch my live from last week. The glue that I was using, this is Altenew glue tape. In my little bottle is Gina K Connect liquid adhesive in the matte version. That is all linked in the YouTube description below. And then the foam tape from Altenew. Have you talked about Hero Arts Friendship class in March? Yes, at the beginning I mentioned the Hero Arts Stampalong that's coming in March. Hero Arts has great events because for two big reasons. One is you don't have to sign up for where you get all the products, which some people can't afford. So you have 2 choices. You can sign up just to watch the virtual class and use things at home that you already have, and it's very affordable. Or you can sign up with the bundle that gets you the products too. You have the options. And you can see the products over there. There are 6 teachers. It's a very affordable class. The second reason I really like the Hero Arts Stampalongs is because, like I say, it's like wearing your favorite slippers. It's just comfortable, it's cozy, it's inviting, it's chill, it's calm. It's just a fun event. So if you want to try an event but you're intimidated by some of the big ones, it really is a great event for beginners and advanced. What are the glue dots? Glue dots come on a sheet, and you could use those on top of your sliders. I don't really use glue dots a whole lot because sometimes they come undone. But what you could do in this case is use like a glue dot or a tape runner, but then also put strong liquid adhesive under there that would eventually dry. How did you attach your words to the acetate? I use tape runner, but normally what I do is I use liquid adhesive, but it takes a while to dry. You just want to make sure you don't move it. So I would have put the card together and then last put this on with liquid adhesive. Because I didn't do that in the live, I used tape runner instead. When is my class with Heidi? I believe it's February 7th. It's a Friday. It's going to be a long class. You get the bundle, which is at a really great discounted rate. It's only available over at Simon Says Stamp. I didn't design the products. They were products designed by Kathy Zilski and others on the Simon Says Stamp team. But I chose what would work for teaching techniques. And it's a very textured technique-based class. At the beginning, we'll do a bunch of techniques for creating texture. Then we will turn those into creative cards. And the cool thing about it is those cards, the designs and tips that I share, you can use with a variety of products. If you aren't able to buy the bundle, you can take the class for free. It's on YouTube. It's just if you want to create along with the exact same products, you can buy that bundle. And that's over at Simon Says Stamp. How often do I replace my cutting plates? I do not replace my cutting plates. I've had the same cutting plates forever. These are the same cutting plates I've had forever. I replace the magnetic mat. When this starts to get too warped, like this one's getting old. When this gets too beat up, you can use the other side and then I will get rid of it. So this is what I replace. However, I do a ton of die cutting. I don't know. I don't replace them often, but I would replace them a lot more than people who have a life. I just die cut a ton. I die cut all day long. Okay, can you bring it back to the regular?
Yep.
Oh, so fun. All right. Oh, the giveaways. Let me get them from you, Mike. Did you pick some winners?
Yes, it
Okay, I have 2 giveaways. Where are they? So one of them is products from Hero Arts. They sent these a while ago, and I forgot to give them away because I have bought many of them. I have them here. This is how I clean my stamps. The Hero Arts scrubber block. It has Velcro here, so you can remove that part, run it under water in the sink, maybe use a little soapy water if you want to. But this is how I clean my stamp. It's called a scrubber, but this is soft. And this is, I spray a bit of Ultra Clean on this, scrub it all over my stamp. This is actually how I clean the door of my Misty too. And you can get replacements of these or just clean it every once in a while. I don't clean it that often. You can see mine's inky. But you get the scrubber block, a replacement foam or scrubber you really don't need, and then the Ultra Clean. And by the way, it's nice to have the 2 because what you can do is oh no, it has 1. Okay, so see how this comes off? So what you can do is take this off when it needs cleaning. I just take it to my sink and spray it with the spray nozzle. I don't even use soap, but you can. And then this is just really handy. It's a great tool. It's also great like when you're wanting to put pressure on your Misty, you can use it like that. But this will clean well on anything. It's what I use to clean my grip mat too. Okay, so you get scrubber and the Ultra Clean. Mike, who's the winner of that? The first winner.
All right. The winner of that is, that's the last name, Amy.
Amy Lou, Amy Lou, L-E-U-E.
Yep.
Amy, L-E-U-E.
Sorry.
Amy Lou, this is Hero Arts Scrubber Block is for you. Just go to my website under Contact Me and send me an email with your address. We'll get this sent to you. And then the next winner, I have an extra because I bought one because I didn't realize I had it. The Spellbinders Dumpster Fire and Stamp Set. This is from Spellbinders. I used this last week. It was hilarious. You can catch that live. But the second winner gets this. Mike, who is?
Rhonda Morrison.
Rhonda Morrison. You get this. So go to my website and contact me. Send me your address and we'll get these sent to you. Okay. Can you scroll again?
Yeah.
So again, if you're considering signing up for the Hero Arts Stampalong, remember you can use my $10 off code. At the top of the YouTube description, you'll see information on how to get $10 off an order $75 or more. There's also a big sale over at Spellbinders, 20% off orders of $125 or more. So it's a good time to stock up on cardstock, and also you can get like a tool like the Letterpress. Just wanted to let you know about that. When a good sale comes along, you don't want to miss it. And also in my description below is information or a link to the Hero Arts Stampalong, which I can't wait. The products are great. You can see the product bundle already. But the best way to find information on what I talk about or what I use is right at the top of my YouTube description. There is a link with the word live in it. Click that, it'll open up a new page and you'll see everything there. Images about the deals, and below that are thumbnails of everything that I use. And even if you're catching this on replay, you can click that link and find it easily because Mike and I are changing that up. It'll be much easier. Okay, that's it. That's it. Oh, I went long.
Yep.
I went long. And I only got 2 cards done. I was on the struggle bus, but I got off the I was on the card making roller coaster, but I got off. I got off. Oh, good. Your first Stampalong. You'll really like it. It's just Brian's always there. It's so much fun. It's just chill and wonderful. Vicky's always there. Diana's always there. Leanne's always there. You get to know people in the comments too, which is really fun. All right, I guess that's it for today. If you need any of the information, again, in the YouTube description, I thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.